Hi everybody, welcome to Back Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
This is the comic book discussion series where I take a comic that I read and share it with two people who didn't. Let's jump into it. Today we're talking about Cosmic Odyssey from DC Comics 1988, written by Jim Starlin with art by Mike Mignola
There's a
of Hellboy fame.
giant grin on the back.
Oh yeah, it's Darkseid. You know,
He has like really nice teeth.
Okay, if
for being the ruler of Apocalypse.
Apocalypse? Yeah, like who's his dentist? Did like little Darkseid have like braces?
Probably.
I assume he.
That's an amazing image.
Yeah, just little Darkseid is a real dork.
Just
Hey, hi, father.
Oh, I snapped a band.
it hit me and it hurt.
Damn you! Anyway, so this is a story that is kind of reminding readers of comics that the New Gods exist. So this takes place in, well, it's written in '88, takes place 2 years after Crisis on Infinite Earths razes everything to the ground. Watchmen came out and just destroyed the idea of the modern superhero, and then Jim Starlin comes in, and Jim Starlin is no stranger to the cosmic world of comics.
Stars in his name.
It's true. He also, whether it's his own universes, the Marvel universe, or the DC universe, dude is no stranger to cosmology and creating gods and worlds and alien beings and whatnot. Dude created Thanos, for God's sake.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry, what year did you say this came out? You said like
88.
so many different things about like things that were happening and they came out. I was like, did he say 88?
I did say 88.
Or was that when something else happened?
No?
88.
This came out, and we were gonna see some shit.
That's right.
Okay.
And they want to
ready.
remind you about, like, Kirby's the New Gods.
Right.
What are the New Gods? If you're asking, like, young Sal, they're those boring, blocky-looking characters that Jack Kirby created in, like, 1971.
Okay, how about now we ask like, now Sal?
Excuse me, the New Gods are very important and super awesome, and Jack Kirby's a god in and of himself. So shut up if you ever say bad things about the New Gods.
Is Jack Kirby an old god?
Pretty much. Well, Jack Kirby is a god unto himself in as much as he's created worlds and beings and stuff. He's responsible for everything that Stan Lee is usually attributed to creating.
What if we asked Salen more about the New Gods?
Oh, I don't really talk about them, really. I have no influence over them whatsoever. He doesn't really care, I don't think. I've never really seen Alan Moore's opinion on the New Gods, though I can imagine he probably has some kind of reference for them. The idea here being, okay, so the New Gods, you know, like Darkseid, and Highfather, and Orion, and Light Ray, and Forager, and Forager's a little not so much.
Right.
If Forager comes from like the insectoid race, it's like a subterranean race of beings that evolved from like bug creatures.
Yeah.
But it may be that Forager himself comes from more haughty beginnings or origins.
He was the cockroach in Darkseid's kitchen.
No.
I was gonna say, man, things did not work out for them in Mr. Miracle.
No. Mr. Miracle, the Tom King series, no, not so much.
Ooh.
But in this, we're just kind of like reestablishing the New Gods and where their place is. And I remember when Jack Kirby's The New Gods came out in, like, I want to say the 90s, there was like this book, just a blue book with a spacey background. It was New Gods and Orion like in the corner using his little like flying machine. And I'm like, what the hell am I even looking at? So then they were like, okay, what if we put Batman on the cover? And now all of a sudden I'm interested. Oh, New Gods, cool. Cosmic Odyssey. Well, it's got
is
enough.
Batman a god now?
Right, it's got enough familiarity. And in fact, what was it? Jeff Johns made Batman a god of knowledge when Justice League fought in the Darkseid War.
Who?
During the New 52. Oh, Jeff Johns.
I gotta tell you, the percentage of new gods to not new gods.
Yeah, is pretty disproportionate.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, because they're like giving you the greatest hits. They're like, here are the characters that you probably recognize. And the ones that you don't, you'll be fine.
This is really funny. The team of like normal DC characters that you see on the cover here.
Yeah.
It's like Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, which is John
Stewart.
Yeah, and then like Martian Manhunter, okay, and Starfire.
Right.
Because she's from space.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with space.
And some Red Ninja.
Starfire's there because the Teen Titans are popular.
Hold the phone. This has nothing to do with space?
No, she has nothing to do with
Oh,
space.
okay.
In as much as like
thank God.
they didn't pick her because she can fly in outer space without a helmet or anything.
No, Tiffany, Cosmic Odyssey has nothing to do with
no,
space.
yeah,
No, it's all
very
space.
misleading.
It's nothing but space.
Because she's super hot.
She's hot, and so are the Titans at this time.
Who the hell has the Shepherd's Crook?
Oh, that's Highfather.
Yeah.
He's the ruler of New Genesis.
Okay.
Duh.
And in fact, if you are not familiar with the New Gods, one of the best introductions to them is the best introduction to the DC universe, in my opinion, which is Justice League, the animated series.
Yeah.
Which
So
did
how
a
come we're not
great-
doing that?
Ooh.
Because that's a show you could just watch.
Or I would also say, kind of not really, but like Superman the animated series, like those last.
Those last couple of like episodes / seasons, they really go full depth into like at least the apocalypse.
That's
version.
the only reason I know. Plus the Tom King, Mr. Miracle, but really any of like.
Yeah, the Furies and you know,
Oh, Ed
Granny
Asner.
Goodness. Yeah. Yeah, the idea of casting Ed Asner as an old woman is a stroke of genius.
It's spectacular.
It just
Ray
works.
Romano. That's her.
It's just so good.
So this story takes place in Gotham City. It starts out about 6 months ago. Darkseid just sends a whole bunch of parademons and like minions to take over.
She's just giving Batman a hard time.
Oh, Batman has nothing to do with it. It's just that they picked Gotham because like who gives a shit?
Oh, that looks like the worst place ever.
Yeah. This is the most comparable to Apocalypse.
That couldn't possibly be because Bloodhaven's nearby.
Yeah, and Bloodhaven wasn't invented yet.
Oh, okay.
So Darkseid's hordes show up, and you're like, "Oh crap!"
Did you say whores?
I said hordes.
I heard whores as well.
Well, I didn't.
Well, he does have those technically.
I guess the Furies are kind of no.
No.
No, I was just gonna say like there is minions. They'll do whatever the hell Darkseid
Right, yeah,
says.
yeah. Minion is basically a whore. So Darkseid's hordes,
Thank you.
Why are you
Show
saying it
up.
weird?
and suddenly Superman and Light Ray just show up and go, "No, nope, you're not invading. Get out."
Oh.
And they're like, "What the hell?" And the reason why Superman's even there is because Light Ray got the word from Highfather that Darkseid sent his minions to go and invade Earth.
Right.
And so they just head them off with the pass, so to speak.
Head them off at the pass.
I hate that cliche. Blam.
I like that the boom tube was an actual tube.
Yeah, I like that too. It's a legitimate like tube that just appears in the middle of space. Yeah. And they get into boom tubes a little bit in this.
And
by
it
the
even
way.
says boom ahead of, on top.
Yeah, boom tube.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah. So Superman and Light Ray make quick work of Darkseid's minions.
Sure.
And they just like run away. They just go like, "Ah, we were not prepared," and then they just jump back into the boom tube. And one of the like marooned parademons is stuck there. And he's like, "Oh no."
I would have missed dinner.
And I'm like, is this gonna be like an E.T. allegory where like a young Gothamite child like finds him and like lures him into his apartment and they have to like have an adventure? No.
This parademon should be like, I'm free. What am I gonna do first?
Right. No.
I'm gonna eat all the ice cream I can.
They're kind of monsters, so it's hard
I really
to
want
really
to treat myself.
But he's stuck here, and then we cut to like 6 months later and what he's been up to.
He has a job.
Yeah, he's integrated very seamlessly into Gotham life. So then we end up like later on in some barren planet, doesn't matter where.
Sure.
But Metron just like basically crash lands on this planet using his own boom tube, and he is a little worse for wear. And
Okay.
I that's an understatement. He is like savaged, and his mind is like cracked, and he is like physically beaten. And then Darkseid and his minions show up, and they're like, "Get him!" And then 1 week ago, like from the present, I guess, in this story, we go to Gotham, and Batman and Gordon are investigating the. Yeah.
Is this time jump really like? Do I need to pay attention to this?
No.
Okay, cool.
Plus, it's right after Crisis, so we're still like reestablishing everything. But then what we establish in this is that New Genesis, and in fact Apocalypse, like anything New Gods related, exists outside the folds of reality itself.
Okay.
So like, even though the universe was altered and everything was changed as a result of Crisis,
Right.
New Genesis and Apocalypse remained unchanged. Nothing was touched over
Right,
there.
so they're like, hey, look at the idiots over there with all of their changes and
Yeah.
stuff.
The only way you can get to either of those planets is via boom tubes.
Right, okay.
Using New Genesis technology known as mother boxes.
Oh, they showed up though. They're like, hey, I heard you guys just had a crisis. Do you guys remember us? Do you like
Yeah,
us now?
what do you think of us? Are we cool yet?
In this version, we're it? No?
Yeah.
Yes?
No. Only 3 of you.
All right, I'm gonna come back.
Like the Inhumans, only like 3 or 4 of you are allowed a pass. The rest of you are probably totally lame.
Damn it.
So Batman and Gordon are investigating the like missing report of a cop. Like one of the cops in Gotham is missing.
Is the parademon like wearing his uniform, like, running around?
Oh, like you ate him.
Yeah. the parademon did grab Joe Bester and bring him into the sewers and like fuck him up. But
Oh, but he didn't
yeah.
then be like, oh, now I have responsibilities. I'm a cop.
Yeah, and he goes home to his wife. He's like, whoa, a long day. Joe Bester, this beat cop, has gone missing. And in fact, like, there's this block of Gotham that, like, if it turns dark, people go missing. And it just, usually denizens or transients are there. And so no one really reported them. But now this cop is missing, so now people give a shit.
Oh, okay.
And Batman's like, that sucks, man. You should have called me earlier.
Only the cops give a shit.
Yeah. So Batman decides, like, okay, the only way I'm going to get to the bottom of this is to be one of these unlucky people who gets, like, taken by whatever it is. So he puts on this ingenious disguise
Wow.
of a trench coat and a hat over his...
Who is this homeless vagrant?
Yeah.
Wearing a Batman suit under his fedora
What
and
are you talking
overcoat.
about? Those are just shadows. Those are just really heavy shadows.
Yeah. Then he sees these, like, glowing yellow eyes in the sewer, and then it, like, leaves. So Batman's like, okay, it's in the sewer. So then he jumps down there and he checks it out.
Literally no point for him to put that outfit on.
No. Well, I mean, like, if he was just Batman running around, I
Could
think...
have just hidden.
Yeah, that's true, too. Well, but it wouldn't have lured the creature from the sewers. It only came out when it wanted to, like, feed or attack people. We
He
don't
doesn't know what Batman looks like. He'd be like, that's just a person.
Yeah, that's true. This is what people look like now. But he knows what people look like because he's been taking them. Anyway, so Batman goes into the sewer, he's checking things out, and he finds, like, this kind of, like, makeshift hovel that's been repurposed using all these random things that the creature's been taking from the street.
Sure.
And then he finds, like, a meat locker made of the missing people, including the dead cop, Joe Bester.
It was like
no.
it was like kind of endearing for a second, and now
Yeah,
it's
he's like created like a little turtle's lair.
you're like, oh, fun.
And he's got like, and it has like a creepy curtain behind it, so Batman has to roll back the curtain. And he's
You
like,
understand?
yikes.
I love that this parademon knows enough to put the curtain up.
Yeah, well-
Oh, I can't just have that. What if I have guests?
I know, it's weird. Well, the dude does have like clothing, so he knows shame and modesty. So I guess he would know that like things are gross.
Also, like, no, this is my private time. This is where I eat.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So like as you can see, there's this like half-eaten dude. And,
I was going to say he's a hipster because he's like repurposing all these things in the city.
yeah, what he should do is slap a friggin' overpriced tag on those things and sell them on Etsy.
Yeah.
So Batman sees the dead people. He bails. Then he hides because he knows the creature's coming.
It's like, ew, gross.
Yeah, he is kind of like that. So then he hides and he sees that it's a parademon and he's like, I should call him back up.
But I'm Batman.
So he attacks the parademon and the parademon just like kicks the shit out of him.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a big monster that has like
come
Superman
on.
level strength.
Justice League cartoon show taught me anything.
Well, he can
Holy
like use
crap.
Aikido and push it out of the way.
Batman picks up his ray gun.
He takes the parademon's ray gun and he's like, you gotta stop. Because Batman's like, I am outclassed. I'm gonna have to use this gun, which I don't like to do.
It's okay. It's not an Earth gun. It doesn't shoot bullets. It's a
And
space
Starlin,
gun.
who wrote The Cult and Death in the Family and all these other stories, like knows that Batman has an aversion to guns, but he also knows he also has more of an aversion to dying.
Yeah.
So he takes the gun and he's like, "Don't do it!" And the parademon just leaps, then he fires, and he creates a big crater in the dude's chest, and then it just like dies. And Batman's like, "Woof." So then he hightails it out of there. He calls the GCPD. They come down there. There's like a trail of green blood, but no parademon body. And no Joe Bester, the dead cop. That's gone too. And Gordon's like, so Batman, you said you fought a giant alien in the sewers and that the guy we're looking for is down here? I admit that's creepy and weird down here, but neither of the things that are reasons for us being here are here.
Is this-
What the crap, Batman?
Is this gonna become a Men in Black situation?
No.
Okay.
No.
That would be
Kind of.
amazing.
No, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not like the parademon's wearing Bester as a suit.
It's a Bester suit.
Yeah, exactly. No.
I need sugar and water.
So a representative from New Genesis goes to the White House, and he's like, "Hello, that's Lonar, by
Man,
the way.
that's a good suit.
I like it."
That looks good.
So Lonar goes to the president, and he's like, "I need you to call Superman and get the following superheroes to come to New Genesis." And the president's like, "I can't call half this list. I don't know where they are, but I do have Superman's number because, like, it's 1988 and he's kind of a toolbox."
I'm pretty sure Superman's number is.
Hey, Superman! Yes, is a woman on a high-rise yelling, "Help me!"
Oh, well, I know Lois Lane's number.
Right. So the president calls Superman, and then Superman calls the rest of the people on the list. And the rest of the people on the list are Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, Starfire of the Titans, Batman, and some rando named Jason Blood,
Oh.
which is an old man. Some of you may know who Jason Blood is already. But he's just this miserable old man who doesn't want to be there. So Superman's like, hey.
And like Batman's like, we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I also don't.
I also don't want to be here, but I'm not old.
But like,
So-
you know what? It's best I'm not in Gotham right now.
Right, because they're really pissed at me right now. So Superman like kind of gives the president a hard time where he's like, you don't call me. Like, I'm not your errand boy. Like, what are you doing? And then Lonar's like, but you need to come. We need ambassadors. We're trying to open up relations with your realm. And Superman's like, what? That doesn't.
why
What
the
a
hell-
flimsy story. That doesn't make any sense.
Why are you calling Starfire? She's not even from around here.
I know. But they do, and because Starfire's in the Titans are popular, so let's put her in the book.
But she's Tamaranian.
They need her though.
Yeah, but I need a
because
character.
the whole thing's bullshit.
I need,
Alright.
I need a
Superman-
woman who looks like she's wearing a bathing suit.
Well, yeah. So no, Superman like basically calls bullshit on the whole operation where he's like, what are you talking about, ambassadors? We work together all the time. Like what do you? And then like they get there and Highfather's like, hey, listen, I needed all of you guys, and I knew you wouldn't come unless like your government told you that you needed me and stuff. Like we've got big shit happening and we need your help. So everybody jumps into the boom tube. They go to New Genesis. Where
That's
it's like,
much more convincing.
I know, big shit's happening in New Genesis. You better show up.
Hold the phone. Lonar rode a horse via boom tube
Yeah.
to the White House.
Well, yeah. Why not?
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
He
he's-
could have just gone through it. He's like,
Oh yeah.
no.
No. And he does. And he
No,
clearly,
look at my outfit. I ride horses.
Yeah.
Give me my new god steed.
Yeah, because it's clearly like not. Yeah, this New Genesis steed. It's clearly not like a regular horse. So
Stole a horse.
yeah, so they go and like it's cool because New Genesis is basically heaven,
Okay.
whereas Apocalypse is hell. But they're also literal places that could be like destroyed and stuff. So it's not quite metaphysical, but it is the closest thing you can get to heaven, unless you actually want to go to heaven, in which case that's also real. But the idea being that like it's kind of humbling to go to New Genesis. You're like, whoa, because they also got like crazy technology like mother boxes, which can do pretty much anything. Most notably, create boom tubes.
Ping ping.
Yay! By the way, if you ever tweet anything New Gods related, Mother Box will tweet at you and ping at you.
What?
Yeah, if you mention Highfather, Darkseid, New Gods,
Does
New
it have to be a
Genesis.
hashtag?
No.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. I've been pinged by Mother Box many a time. So they go to New Genesis. They're greeted by Highfather, who's basically like the god of this place. He's just the ruler of New Genesis.
Right.
And
And at times, like he's raised a barn or two.
this is true, because he is very much like an Amish dude. Like,
You don't understand. We need these barns.
what else will we do all day? So they're like, I'm sorry that we had to do this like weird deception, but like we needed a reason to bring you here because there's some crazy shit happening. And Darkseid shows up and he's like, yeah. And they're like, what the crap is this? So Superman just like lays into Darkseid, and Darkseid like backhands him across the room, and everyone's like, stop, we're working together. And all the Justice League is like, what? And so Highfather.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So Highfather reveals the kind of like post-crisis origin of the New Gods, which is basically the idea that like there were like before time there were these races of beings and they got into a big war, and like the New Genesis allegories found out a way to tap into the anti-life equation and build like an anti-life gun, which they were going to use in their xenophobic rule or means to destroy their enemies. And when they triggered the gun, it just blew up their own planet, and it released the anti-life equation,
That's
which
funny.
spread out across the galaxy and like wrecked everything. And then right before it like destroyed all of life itself, it collapsed in on itself and created the Big Bang and generated all of life and existence as it is.
So the anti-life equation creates life.
Basically, that the origin of the universe came from the anti-life equation.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wait, and when does this book takes place? After which? After?
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I thought they existed outside of the bubble.
Well, they do. The idea is that like when the anti-life equation created the Big Bang, the two remaining planets from the conflict, Apocalypse and New Genesis, were outside of the Big Bang when it happened,
So
which is why they can't be part of the universe.
So this is just the regular.
Yeah, it's just
Origin.
basically the origin.
Okay. I was like, well, they shouldn't have a different origin.
Yeah,
if they're
but
outside-
we kind of need to explain it to you, and we're going to do it in kind of a new, fun way.
All right, fine.
So they're like, anyway, the point being, I know it's a long way to explain who the New Gods are, but it's a 4-issue miniseries. It kind of is bringing the New Gods back into the continuity, so we need to kind of like get you up to speed. But the reason we told you this story is because we believe that Metron found the anti-life equation. And we know that because Darkseid found Metron, because Darkseid has been seeking the anti-life equation since forever. And we've talked about the anti-life equation in Darkseid before. In 88, the anti-life equation is different from the anti-life equation from our episode of Final Crisis,
Okay.
which is like basically a thing that can control the wills of everybody.
Right.
In this, it's very different.
And this one is an actual equation that he found on a bathroom wall somewhere.
Right, it's not quite...
Any Goodwill Hunting it up?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And he solved it. Then Highfather's like, who finished this?
You? Was it you? With the perfect teeth?
So Darkseid basically reveals that he used his sources to probe Metron's mind. They found out some of the information, but they need more, so they got Jean, the Martian Manhunter,
Right.
to go into Metron's comatose mind and pull the rest of the information.
Oh, thank God.
So,
When he said he probed his mind, I assumed it was with fists.
oh yeah, or with this Wang, because he's an alien, and we're talking about probing. So Jean psychically connects with Metron's unconscious self, and we
He
get
does
the
a little probing of
yeah, he
his
does a little
own.
probing. And so what he finds out is that Metron was like, Metron is always in the pursuit of information. And he basically catches a lead that there might be some information about the anti-life equation. And he wants to learn about it, so he charges up his Mobius chair and he goes through dimensions and he ends up in the anti-life dimension. And what he discovers upon arriving is that the anti-life equation is actually an entity.
What?
The anti-life equation is a sentient being of energy.
Why is it called that then?
Because people don't understand. Because the anti-life equation's origins begin at the origins of the universe itself, and so no one really knew that it was a dude.
Okay.
When it collapsed in on itself and created the Big Bang, it wasn't aware of the outside dimension.
But now it is.
But now it is, and now it's coming.
And it hates life.
And
Yeah.
it knows this because of Metron.
Yes. So when Metron tried to bail, the anti-life equation created 4 anti-life entities, aspects of itself, to chase after him. So when Metron
Much like
came-
ring wraiths.
Yes. But they can become anything.
I was gonna say like horsemen, like
Yeah, like
that's
horsemen of the
like bringing on the apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah. So Metron escapes along with these 4 anti-life aspects, and now these aspects are going to screw everything up and destroy the universe so the anti-life equation can come in here. Because they need to basically destroy they need to collapse the Milky Way galaxy in order to create like a kind of portal that the anti-life equation can come through. Because the anti-life equation is like hungry for life itself, and it wants to absorb it and take it. So now they know that the anti-life equation A exists, B is alive, C wants to destroy everything, and D might just do it because aspects are across the galaxy enacting their plan. And Darkseid is also aware of what the plan is. And the plan is that if you destroy 4 key pillars of the galaxy, the Milky Way will be destroyed. And those pillars are planets. And those planets are Earth,
Of course.
the planet of Ran, which is where Adam Strange, the like space archaeologist character, lives.
Okay.
He's just a neat character that they want to reintroduce into the universe as well. We don't have time to go into him, but he's cool. Thanagar,
Oh.
and another planet called Zanshi.
Where's Thanagar?
It's in
it's-
Thalcius Minor.
Oh, is that the Hawk people?
Yeah.
Thanagarians?
Yeah, it's the Thanagarians.
Hey, I remembered something.
Hey, yeah, it's the Hawk people. So Darkseid's like, the aspects have doomsday weapons that they will use on each of the planets if they succeed. If they destroy more than 2 of them, we're screwed.
This is like a terrible video game quest.
Yes. So then he makes
And
the
it's
Justice
like-
League split up, and they all have to. They spend two people.
And you have to decide which planet you're going to go to first, and you don't get to pick your team. They
No.
just give you the team, and you're
Yeah.
like, I didn't level that person up.
Right. So they're going. So
I'm an idiot.
Darkseid divvies up the teams, and he's like,
Oh,
okay.
Darkseid divvies them up?
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's great because like even though Highfather and Darkseid have been at war with each other forever, and then they traded each other's sons
Yeah.
to stop war itself. That's how bad things were. Once Darkseid shows up and he's like, "Here's this problem," Highfather's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, you seem to know more about this than I do. So knock yourself out."
Darkseid's like, I get Starfire, and the rest you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I just needed to obfuscate the fact that I just wanted to get laid, and so I knew she wouldn't go by herself, and so I had to create this ridiculously circuitous scheme. So, in fact, there actually isn't really an anti-life problem.
Leave.
Please.
Darkseid needs this.
So,
Hang on, I know how to fix this. Puts up curtain.
yeah, I taught this to my parademons. So, Darkseid is like, all right, so you're all gonna pair off and go to these respective planets. And I've also taken the liberty of building these special guns that will they're basically Ghostbusters traps that will absorb the anti-life entities.
Cool.
So he gives them all to them. They send Superman and Orion to Thanagar. They send Lightray and Starfire to Rann. Lightray is thrilled with this plan, by the way. They send John Stewart and Jean Jones to Zanshi.
That's.
They send the Jeans to the Zanshi.
Yeah. Which, by the way, those are I love those too.
Oh, I know.
And I'm actually really excited for this.
Yeah. Well, get ready.
Is it a green planet?
No.
Ah.
And they send Batman and Forager to Earth, which is hilarious.
They just send Batman.
No, Forager's cool, as you'll find out. That being said, though, they send all these powerhouses to fight these anti-life entities, and they send these regular dudes to defend Earth itself, which is I like because they also send an Earthling.
Right. But it's also hilarious because it's technically they could call anyone they need then.
Yeah. Oh, and they do. Batman literally goes, hold that thought. He goes to a payphone, he calls up a buddy, and he's like, I need you to go to New Genesis and keep an eye on Darkseid because he is full of shit.
First, hold on here. Hold the phone.
Literally.
He uses a payphone
Yeah.
to call someone.
No time.
What do you mean no time? He's Batman.
They literally just arrived
Doesn't he
on
have
the
a
street.
thing? You're
No.
gonna send someone to who are you calling Alfred? No. Alfred.
Alfred, I need you to make a call for me. No.
Do it collect.
They wouldn't listen.
I didn't become a billionaire by wasting money on phone calls.
Exactly. Hello, who may I say is calling? You have a collect call from. You gotta do me a favor, okay, really quick. You gotta go to the New Genesis and stop Darkseid. Gotta go by. You accept the charges? No.
Click. Gotta go to New Genesis now. By the way, how are they supposed to do that without boom tubes?
This particular character who they keep a mystery for the whole book can access the dimensional rifts that can get into New Genesis.
We call them the Highwaymen.
But they keep it a secret, and so they're like, oh, they're really burying the lead. So then it's just Darkseid, Highfather, and Jason Blood, and they're like, hey, Darkseid, why did you call me again? And Darkseid's like, because I have a very special plan for you. You see, before this story, Jason Blood and Etrigan had been separated, and Darkseid took Etrigan and put him under glass. And he's like, I need you to rejoin with Etrigan. And you can see that Etrigan is actually dying from not having a human host. And Jason Blood's like, absolutely not. I am separated. When I die, which will be soon because my life was extended, because he's actually a dude from the Arthurian age whose soul was bonded to the spirit of a demon and then became Etrigan when he wanted to.
He's gonna be like the knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goodbye.
Later.
It's my time.
Yeah, he's not. He's he's
Better yet, I'm just gonna grab this chest. I'm gonna join you guys. Come on, woo!
I have a lot of things to teach you. So,
I've read this Bible at least 3,000 times.
yeah. Ugh.
Do you have new books?
So Superman and Orion arrive on Thanagar, and of course, the entity that's there is so powerful it controls a few Thanagarians and just sends them their way.
Look, they got the mace. When is Hawkgirl gonna get her mace?
I don't know, but we're on issue 4 of Justice League from Scott Snyder, and still no Mace. But she's also tiny, so who knows?
Okay, I want that mace.
Anyway, so they're kicking ass, and Superman's like, don't forget, these people are not our enemy. They're
Yeah.
being controlled, so don't kill any of them.
What's that?
Yeah, and Orion's making quick work of them. Superman's like, stop
Orion's
it!
it's great. You take those wings, you pluck them off, you throw them in some hot sauce.
Yeah, they are delicious.
Awesome.
So basically, they're already kind of at odds with each other. Orion's a little too extreme because Orion is actually Darkseid's son.
Yeah.
So Orion's really aggressive, and he's still trying to breed out his father's tendencies. Scott Free, of course, was sent to the dungeons of New Genesis or of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
To be tormented by the Furies, but he does hook up with a super awesome, super tall lady named Big Barda. So
Yeah.
it's not all bad.
Super awesome comic book couple.
So John and Jean end up on Zanshi, and I think that they are besieged, or rather the people of this planet are besieged by a microscopic epidemic that's destroying them.
Oh, cool.
So the aspects all.
How do we fight this?
Yeah. So, well, it's funny
Are
because they run into they find a scientist who is desperately trying to build an antidote, and then he dies, and John Stewart's like, that's cool, I got the Green Lantern ring, and he uses the ring to replicate the serum, and then he inoculates everybody. And he's like, yeah, being a Green Lantern's pretty badass.
So, but are each of the aspects like pestilence, plague, famine,
Yes.
war? Neat.
Yeah.
So you were very on the mark with that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, they're
that
actually.
is a much better
But
analogy.
you said 4. 4. I was like 4, and they're bringing the end of things.
The end of the world
end
of
times,
reality, yeah. So Batman brings Forager to the Batcave.
Check it
Okay,
out.
no.
Why?
No one goes in the Batcave except Batman.
Everybody
Batman,
goes.
Batman takes everybody to the Batcave.
Literally everybody.
Do you think this is cool?
Yeah.
Do you like my giant penny?
Check out my cave.
It's pretty sweet, right?
I bet you don't have one of these.
I live underground. It's nothing but caves.
But it's not like this.
No, it's not like
It's
this.
just
You have
not-
more
No,
stuff.
I don't
Alfred.
have giant toys.
Alfred, bring us snacks.
Yeah, I won't eat them, of course. I hate eating them. So he's like, okay.
What do you want?
Here's the deal.
He'll make anything you want.
Whatever, everything. He's amazing. Sometimes I make him make things and I just throw it out. So he's like, okay, listen, Forager. I know that we have to like save the world, but I operate in the dark, and so you're gonna need a new cool costume. So Alfred, make Forager a cool Batman version of the Forager costume.
In the
Seriously?
meantime, we're
Are you
gonna play.
kidding me? Like the whole solution here is we can't work together
Until you
because
have a cool
because
Batman
you
costume.
you don't fit the brand.
Yeah.
Okay, fitting the brand for Batman is being in bright colors and being a target.
That's
So
true.
he is the brand.
Yeah, he's on point.
Yeah, he's wearing red and white.
Yeah, he should be like, put on this R. So Alfred makes him a suit. Well,
In the
Batman-
meantime, Batman is saying like, let's play some Sega Genesis. I'm gonna go first though. I know all these boards. I'm never gonna lose. It's never
yeah,
gonna be a
you're
turn.
just sitting there forever. So Batman uses his computers to try and like figure out where they're going to strike, like where the problem is going to be.
I always loved the Batman giant like yellow button computer.
Yes.
Like what
Yeah. What are these?
are those letters?
Are those letters? They're not. You know, they're each their own function or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, so Batman figures out like using his computers and his
Because he can't
extensive
just
knowledge.
like I love how everyone else ends up at the planet where the problem is.
Yep. Batman's like, nope, I got to figure it out.
I don't,
Well, like most of these planets are like ridiculous or underdeveloped, whereas Earth is like there's all kinds of shit. You could be anywhere. So, Light Ray and Starfire end up on Rann, where the population is all killing each other.
okay.
They're being influenced by the aspects to like attack each other. Adam Strange is there, and he's like his beloved is tied up because like she's also being affected by them and her father. So he tied them up, and he's like trying to figure it out. And so he's like, okay, well I'm gonna help you guys out. So they all team up.
All right. It's just interesting. I can't because she's in shadow. You can't tell, but I'm just like Adam Strange has a beloved who seems to have white hair and wears a purplish pinkish costume. Mm-hmm. Huh.
Yeah. But Adam Strange is so far from Doctor
I
Strange.
know.
He's literally just a.
Except literally Doctor Strange is in space right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, Adam Strange is basically like a Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers kind of character.
Okay. It's just funny.
Darkseid and Highfather basically convince or try to convince Jason Blood to rejoin with Etrigan. Because they need the energy that Etrigan can tap into. Because the idea is that like
Do they have to get like permission? Can't they just throw him into the chamber and
They
Extra be
could.
like, ah?
they pretend to be better than that. So we're trying to.
But they're not.
No, they-
It's Darkseid.
But it's Highfather too, and also like he'll be less willing to help me if I force him to do it. I need to convince him that what this is.
Well, Etrigan might be willing. He's just like, yeah,
Etrigan's
you
totally
saved
in.
me.
Yeah, Etrigan doesn't want to die. But Jason Blood's like, I don't care. I'm not interested. And Darkseid's like, listen, like the idea here is that I need to tap into the limitless energy that Etrigan can conjure because Etrigan's like a magical being, so he can like make limitless energy. He doesn't obey the laws of thermodynamics and energy and physics.
Well, if
So,
Ethan
like,
were here, he might say, well, you see, there have to be some sort of sign.
oh yeah, I know, but I'm saying because he's magic, he doesn't.
Yeah, but
So
that doesn't make any sense then.
Well, then you just get a different host.
yeah, but
Doesn't
like,
have to be Mr. Blood over here.
it does need to be Jason Blood. So
Why?
basically, they convince him to do it. So Blood's like,
Here I have this parademon. Etrigan's like,
can't be that.
I'm a little picky.
No, it's got to be Jason Blood. They're bonded.
It's a blood bond.
So
Make me.
more Thanagarians are attacking Orion and Superman. Orion's like, Superman, you need to go deal with this. I will defend you from the Thanagarians so you can actually solve this problem. Because like we can't be both up in the sky punching birdmen. You gotta like go deal with this, and I'm more willing to punch them than you are. Meanwhile, Jean and John are flying around, and like there's huge, horrible storms that are conjured by the aspect that are attacking them. Jean gets struck by lightning, and John Stewart's like, oh, and it also destroys the machine that they need to absorb the aspect.
Oh, good.
And while they like are protected in the Green Lantern cube that John creates, John Stewart's like, oh, that's fine. My ring can just absorb the properties of this thing and then recreate it. See, look, my ring's amazing. I'm the best. And Martian Manhunter's like, fair enough.
Great. I'm so glad I'm here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm being so useful.
I'm also glad I didn't just make myself incorporeal so I didn't get struck by lightning.
Yeah,
I guess he didn't see it coming.
he did not. So as you can see, Forager gets a rad new suit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the red ninja I saw on the front.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Alfred made that top out of garbage bags. That's what he had laying around. And
Yeah.
that's what that's made out of. And I guess Jean, because Jean's got a real problem with fire.
Yeah.
So, like,
So he's a little weak, but he's also super awesome.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, so the lightning might have, I don't know. I know it's not
Yeah, it was-
fire, but it could set you on fire.
It did hurt him.
It is energy. That's all fire is a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
He's a very specific issue with fire.
No, it's true. So Adam, Light Ray, and Starfire go and they find the Doomsday weapon. And it's just like in this big like hangar. Adam Strange gets taken out by an unseen force. Like Adam Strange like goes around a corner and then he's like unconscious. And Light Ray and Starfire are like, huh, that's weird.
Almost like a dungeon master did it.
So
Oh, that's weird. You want to make out? She's like, no.
yeah, he's very much like that. Like he's trying to be like really impressive and he's like, nah, and she's like, right on, cool. Like whatever. He's like, she'll
She's like, I got this thing for Dick. He's like, I have one. No, I mean like Dick.
Yeah.
Grayson.
Oh.
Adam Strange, can you go around the corner and just pretend to faint?
Yeah. So I can be
Don't worry,
way
you can
cooler.
watch.
So
He's like, I'm pretty great, so you're going to want it.
yeah. So they cut to like an air vent nearby, and like this goop goes into it. The idea is that the aspect has approximated this oil slick creature.
All right.
So it's like hard to spot and hard to fight. Anyway, so
Not with some soap.
John and Jean are like attacked by volcanic eruptions from the planet's like surface.
Holy crap.
Jean's like, cool, thanks for sending me here.
Yeah. So So Jean is like is almost screwed, but then he like realized that the flames aren't affecting him, and it's because John Stewart's created a Green Lantern barrier around him. And he's like, this is amazing. And John Stewart's like, yeah, listen, you're useless. So I need you to sit over there. And he creates like a Green Lantern bubble around him, and he benches him.
That's kind of fair. The whole place is on fire.
Yeah, but
It's
he's like, I can't save this planet and worry about saving your ass. So like, you go here, I'm gonna go save everybody, and I'll be right back.
maybe you could turn yourself into something useful.
Yeah, maybe you can morph into something useful for this task. So then Martian Manhunter's like, John, you son of a bitch! Like, don't bench me. I'm the Martian friggin' Manhunter. Like, I can actually be useful. Like,
Well, first of all, you can fly.
Right.
So if you don't want to be left behind. Oh, he's in a bubble?
yeah, he's trapped him in a bubble
Okay.
and left him over there. And Martian Manhunter is so incensed. So you arrogant son of a bitch! Like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
That's fair.
So then Green Lantern's like, okay, well, I've locked onto the Doomsday weapon. He goes over there and he's like, nothing can stop me. He gets there, the weapon's yellow.
Look at that smug motherfucker.
Yeah, this is
that
the
the
aspect.
aspect?
Yeah.
He's just a dude.
He's just like a troll.
He's a comic book nerd.
Yes. It's got 4 seconds left, and John Stewart doesn't know what to do, and so the whole planet gets destroyed. and
isn't
everyone on it dies.
There's not what?
Yeah, no, the planet is destroyed, and everyone dies.
Well,
because John Stewart is an arrogant bastard.
Well, I mean, all right, wait. He had recreated the machine with his ring, right?
he created the aspect sucking machine.
Yeah. There's nothing they could have done anyway. Then
Why?
how would they have stopped the machine?
John would have done something.
John could have destroyed it.
How?
By wrecking it.
Okay.
Forager destroys one of the machines by hitting it with a shield.
Okay.
So like you just need to punch it really hard.
So John could have done that,
How?
It's yellow.
The ring wouldn't have helped.
but his fists don't.
It's a friggin' robot.
I'm just saying. You said he punched it really hard.
Yeah, with a shield.
Well, there's like a. Oh, he painted it. He legitimately painted it.
Yeah.
What is this, Frank Miller?
Yeah, right? That's where Frank got the idea.
Oh my God. All right.
So everyone dies, and Jean just gets to watch it all just get wrecked from the sidelines. And so everyone dies, and one of the planets falls.
Except for John and John.
Yes. So John barely makes it
Attorneys
out
at
of there. So, and because of like John's connection to the ring, like he feels all the people on the planet die. It's overwhelmingly terrible. And then Martian Manhunter shows up and finds him, and he's like, "So thanks to you and your arrogant stupidity, I got to watch 2 planets die. I will never forgive you for this." And then he bails.
Damn.
So they join Etrigan and Blood together. So now Etrigan is one again. He's like,
he's-
nah.
He's back to rhyming, I'm
He's
sure.
back to rhyming, yep. Because Etrigan speaks in rhymes.
Much like Physic.
Yeah. Let men tremble and the heavens cry out in alarm, for Darkseid has freed me from that damnable charm.
Yeah.
Etrigan the demon lives again! And I have to say something for the end!
Exactly. And I didn't rhyme that because we end the scene. So
He just mumbles stuff under his breath sometimes.
Light Ray, his arrogance is his undoing, and he thinks he needs to like rescue Starfire from this like aspect because like the goopy aspect like kicks her ass, but she's playing possum, and so at the last possible second, like she actually rescues Light Ray and Adam Strange and sets the aspect on fire with her powers and blows up the Doomsday device with her powers. So she gets out of there, and the aspect like doesn't die, but it is like just like it is defeated. And
Right.
Light Ray learns a lesson in humility about like underestimating like hot chicks.
And he's just like, hey, I learned a lesson in humility.
So,
do you want to bang?
Do you want to bang now? And she's like, get away from me. Meanwhile, Superman finds out that the Doomsday weapon on Thanagar is below the surface of the Earth. The Earth of Thanagar.
Right.
So Superman goes down there and he faces against it, and he like gets to fight a cool robot.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of cool. It's kind of like the Asgardian,
Oh, the Destroyer.
the Destroyer mixed with like the Iron Giant.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's
It's
definitely
the Iron Destroyer.
It is absolutely inspired by like Mignola's love of old school 1950s sci-fi. And then he destroys the Doomsday weapon.
Right. Okay. So, did Starfire capture the? No.
Essence?
Did she
Oh.
capture it? Or did she just kill it?
She set it on fire with her powers. She's gonna fight it in a little
I was
bit.
gonna say, has anybody actually accomplished the goal
Yeah.
capturing the aspect?
I think Batman does later.
Okay, but not yet.
Not yet though.
Okay.
And Superman does
Like immediately.
shortly thereafter, because the aspect is in the robot.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm imagining Orion up there, like the Thanagarians are waking up, and he's just like, oh, I don't know, you might still be bad.
Yeah. Oh, let me razzle you.
There's your Men in Black moment. It's the aspect inside a giant robot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Batman finds out that basically that like Joe Best is in, like they track Joe Best because they believe the aspect has gone into him because he's gone, right? Like
Right.
so they think that like the aspect went into Joe Pest, and then because he's a person, so he could like make bank transfers and like arrange for transport, so they move kind of shit. So he goes to Arizona.
Hey,
moves
buddy,
to Arizona.
your skin's kind of sloughing off you a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Wait. So, regardless of whether or not Batman is correct, it's
Mm-hmm.
like Batman just can't get off of the first thing he was set to do.
Yes. It's got to be connected because I'm a detective.
You understand? I owe Gordon. I owe him.
So
Leave no case undetected. That's my motto.
it's true. So
No,
no. So Superman kicks the shit out of the thing. He absorbs the aspect, and then he destroys the Doomsday weapon.
It's interesting that only Jon Stewart's aspect
Fails.
knew how.
Oh yeah, to defeat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the robot has kryptonite in it.
No.
Like that's just like interesting. Like
Yeah.
just that one. Like no, screw you,
I think
Jon
probably
Stewart.
because that's the easiest one. I had to paint the machine. I didn't have to find an element that's like weak to Kryptonians or whatever, or that's lethal to Kryptonians or whatever. So Highfather is like, okay, so Darkseid's plan is I need Etrigan because because Etrigan and I, in case everybody fails, we're gonna go to the anti-life dimension and we're gonna kick its ass. And I'm going to siphon off power from Etrigan to power a machine, because I've built machines that can absorb the aspect and destroy him. I'm going to use Etrigan's power to funnel a machine that will destroy the anti-life equation. So, and Highfather's like, I don't know if I should let you go. I'm going to think about it. So he goes for a walk. And while he goes, Darkseid's like, come on. And then Etrigan and Darkseid leave. And
All right, I'm back from my walk.
Yeah. Well,
Son of a bitch.
on his walk, he runs into Batman's friend. And Batman's friend is like, I have seen what needs to be done, and you need to let Darkseid do this thing.
Is it Dr. Fate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So,
I was like, when you said it was the voice you did.
yeah. Ah!
Yeah, I was like, that's
I'm
that's
DC Doctor
that's a
Strange.
magic user. It has to be Fate. I'm like, he could probably access transdimensional. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's
I like that's I'm DC Doctor Strange.
Yep. So,
Except Fate came first. Everyone's gonna tell you that.
right.
I
Yeah. So Highfather lets Darkseid get away, even though like they were going to go anyway. So Darkseid and Etrigan go to the anti-life dimension. John and Jean are on their way back. Batman and Forager are going to attack seemingly Joe Best with an aspect inside of him and destroy the Doomsday device that's in Moose Jaw, Arizona. And Starfire rescued Adam Strange and Lightray, and they destroyed the robot or not the robot, the Doomsday weapon. Who are all, by the way, they're all the same Doomsday weapon. I love that, like they're the same technology. Because why would they all be different? And they catch the aspect.
Okay.
And then Superman catches his aspect, destroys the Doomsday weapon, comes up top, and sees that Orion has slaughtered most of the Thanagarians.
I was kidding. I was kidding about that, Orion.
I said I would protect you, and they kept coming.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, you succeeded in your mission because I kept them off your back. And Superman's like, but they weren't in control of themselves. And Orion's like, in war, there's only the dead and the living. That's it.
At this time period, is Shira on Earth? Is Hawkman on Earth? Like, oh, okay.
It's right after Crisis, so like, eh.
Because I was gonna say, I was imagining Superman being like, I am going to have to explain this. I don't
catch
want that
total
conversation.
Hell. So Orion's like, anyway, did you get the aspect? We gotta go. And Superman's like, I'm not going with you. I have to bury the dead. So Superman stays on Thanagar and buries all the hordes that Orion slaughtered.
Wow.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Superman.
Right. It takes a while, but not nearly as long as it normally would.
Just going to spin real fast and dig a big trench, and there we go.
Oh, mass graves, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Superman.
So the
You're going to have a memorial. I don't know their names anyway.
So the
Hawk person, other Hawk person.
Yeah. Birdmen.
Well, we're so
Okay,
sorry.
we are Hawk people. That is
Excuse me.
racist.
Bird folks.
Yeah. So the Jeans and Orion bump into each other, and they use Orion's boomtook technology to get there. And they're like, hey. And John Stewart is like, I am a huge fat failure. Get away from me. And he just leaves. And Jones is like, yeah, no, he is.
No, he sucks.
No, he sucks. He's the worst. So then Etrigan and Darkseid go there. And obviously, Darkseid's plan is he's just going to try and absorb the anti-life equation into himself
What's
and
up
use it.
with all the numbers?
Oh, this is the countdown. The aspect did not go into Joe Best. It went into the dead or seemingly dead parademon.
Okay, is it the final countdown?
I mean, for them, yeah.
All right.
So, but he did use, the aspect used some of its power to like reanimate Joe Best and use him as like a lackey. Yeah, he's like a puppet that controls the Doomsday weapon. So Forager decapitates Joe Best, revealing that actually it wasn't the reanimated corpse of Joe Best after all, it's really a robot. And that's why he was so powerful. And that the aspect is completely inside the parademon. And so the parademon like rises back up and just attacks them.
Please.
So, hang on.
Yeah, where's the robot from? I don't know. They don't really
So
explain
the
it.
aspect goes into the parademon, then looks at the body of Joe Best and goes, you know what'd be cool? A robot of that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one.
Yeah.
Maybe he just like made a smaller sized android and then put Joe Best's skin over him. Which is why the body is missing.
That could be.
Is that better?
I think that is better. It's better narratively
And then
speaking.
he hangs it upside down, and when Batman gets back, he's just like, oh
no, it's back. So then, like, Batman has to fight an unkillable parademon, which would have killed him before if he had not broken his one vow.
yeah.
So this thing just beats the living crap out of him.
Where the hell's Forager?
Forager was backhanded by the...
Forager just pushed a machine on top of this thing, and now he's backhanded and he's out?
Yeah, well, these things are really powerful. And Forager's like a dude. Like, he's not super powerful.
Well, how'd he push the thing?
'Cause with all of his might, see?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. He used all of his might, so now he has no more might.
Actually, Batman and Forager pushed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then Forager decapitated a robot.
He did have a
with
shield,
something.
so he had like, momentum and a sharp object to work with. So everybody is kind of like milling around New Genesis trying to figure out what to do.
Why don't they go in hell?
They want to, but they don't know where Batman is. So they're like, we could fly all over Earth and we'd still never know.
But isn't Martian Manhunter? He has psychic abilities. Couldn't he just pinpoint where Batman is?
Well, he's also really miserable because of like.
Get over it, John.
Superman could do the same thing. I'll just listen for his heartbeat.
Yeah, I know, but they don't do any of those things. Instead, they just kind of like
they're all too busy looking at Starfire.
Yeah. So the Parademon's going to kill Batman, and then Forager hits the Parademon with his shield, and then attacks the Parademon. And the Parademon just like beats the crap out of Forager.
So this is going well.
Oh yeah.
So this is the Robin plan.
Yeah. So the Parademon backhands Forager, knocks him out. Batman is, by the way, like it's not like he got beaten up. Like ribs are broken, like organs are punctured.
Yeah.
He has a broken leg, I believe.
And he has to look at that. Nobody wants to look at that.
No, this dude's exposed spine.
Oh, I was saying his butt.
Oh,
I have to.
Gross too.
I have to regain my strength. Gotta find some rats.
So Batman just is like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die fighting this stupid monster.
I'm just gonna die.
Well, no, I'm just gonna die, but I have to try, because like this is it. Because Forager's down for the count, and I'm the only one here, and nobody's gonna show up. Meanwhile, Darkseid has realized that like the entity is too powerful for his like paltry New Genesis technology, and so he's like, oh fuck, well I'm gonna die. Like, me and Etrigan are gonna die.
I thought he was like, what are you talking about? Poof!
Yeah, right?
I really thought he brought Etrigan so that he could just feed energy to the thing and distract it.
No, he uses Etrigan to try and, like, fuel his machine. Which, by the way, is not a bad plan, but it's not enough. So Darkseid's like, well, I tried to use everybody to get the anti-life equation. It's not gonna work out. I guess I'm gonna die. That sucks. I really don't want to, but I've had a good run. And then
that's the anti-life equation. Is I die.
So then Dr. Fate, Highfather, and Orion show up. And he's like, hey, so here's the deal. All together, we can form the sink of cosmic power, which will surely be enough energy that will collapse and destroy the anti-life dimension, severing the dimensional doorway between our two places.
So they do the Care Bear stare.
Bingo. So they win, and they destroy it, and they get out. And they leave the anti-life equation entity wherever the hell it was. And Darkseid's really pissed because like he was used, which is hilarious because he was using everybody.
How was he used?
Because he was used as part of the sink of cosmic power. Like he needed to be an element in the like sinking that Dr. Fate needed in order to conjure the light energy to destroy the anti-life dimension.
Kind of a weird place to plant your flag there, Darkseid.
I agree. They literally just tell him to shut up, and he's like, I'm sorry.
Like, hey, I was gonna die, and then you used me. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
This really grinds my teeth.
Yeah. And then Superman's like, yeah, well, if you have a problem, you can fight all of us. And Darkseid's like, right on. Never mind.
But he's got the Omega Beam.
He's going to use them, and then he's like, this will take forever, and it'll be really hard. Never mind.
I'll just use the Omega Sanction and send them back through time. Give them the death in his life.
Yet. So
Does Highfather have anything even remotely like the Omega Beam?
No. He's just like a kindly old man.
Like the Omega Beard
He's like Shepherd's
or
Crook,
the Alpha Beard.
the Omega Crook. No. And then Forager gets up, musters his strength, attacks the entity, jumps through the hole that Batman made in its chest earlier in the book, and then drives his shield into the Doomsday Weapon.
Okay.
So the whole Doomsday Weapon explodes.
But not explodes like it should have.
No, it doesn't explode the planet. It explodes itself, and it kills the Parademon and Forager.
How would it not have exploded? It exploded.
It explodes in a way that it didn't mean to. And the Doomsday Weapon destroys the planet. You blow up the Doomsday Weapon, it's not going to blow up the planet.
Oh.
So Batman like digs through the rubble. He finds like the horribly mangled corpse of the Parademon thing.
I'm still alive though.
Yeah. We don't even go into like whether he even absorbs it with the machine. I don't even think the machine is relevant at this point. Like the aspect destroyer. I think it's more like it was just such a big explosion it killed the aspect. In any case, Batman like digs around. He finds Forager's dead body, and finally, Light Ray and Superman like lock in on their location and go and get them.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's too late now, but they saved the day.
Alfred, hang his costume up at the Batcave.
Yeah, he should. Actually,
that's
that'd
still
be really
ours.
cool. I really like that idea. So, interestingly enough, if you're a Green Lantern, you can't like kill yourself because your ring will protect you.
Okay.
So Jon Stewart orders his ring to go like 20 light years away and then come back, which should be plenty of time for him to die. So the ring leaves, and then he grabs a device from New Genesis and then points it at his head to kill himself. And he holds it there for a little bit, and then he can't. He just can't do it. And then Jean shows up, and he sees that he's trying to do this. And
He's like, give me the gun.
Yeah, Jean goes, so, are you going to do it or not? Like, you going to man up? Because you probably should. You certainly deserve it.
What?
Like, if you're not cut out to be a Green Lantern, the ring will find somebody else, and it'll be great. Because clearly you can't handle it.
But you should die?
Yeah.
Well, it's because Jean feels like terrible guilt over the death of his own planet, so he's like projecting that guilt
Onto John.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have this like staring match, and then Jon Stewart like throws the gun away, and he's like, and he calls to the ring, and he says like, "Screw you, Jones." And then he leaves, and Martian Manhunter like smiles to himself because he's like, "Yeah, that was the motivation he needed.
Oh, all right.
I did it." It's like, no, you were being a dick.
You're right. It was a little bit of both. He was going to smile no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he shot himself in the head. Yeah.
So Superman brings Batman and Forager's body like to New Genesis, and Batman explains the story. He's like, "There's not much to tell here. Like, Forager died saving our whole planet, and in fact, our whole galaxy." And Orion says, "Well, would you look at that? I didn't know the bug had it in him." And then Batman decks him, and he says his name was Forager.
Because Orion's like a little racist.
Yeah, big time. And Highfather tasks Orion with bringing Forager's body back to his people as a kind of like ambassador, like humility lesson. Like, you need to go and learn a thing or two about these people because like Forager was like great. Like he had nobility in him, even though he came from like the lowliest subjects of us. And so Darkseid takes those weapons that like absorbed anti-life aspects back to Apokolips and tells Desaad, like, "I've got a little bit of the anti-life equation in here. Now let's go figure it out. I used everybody, and I'm a huge douche."
There's like maybe one aspect.
Oh yeah, no, he gets like a little bit. He's just, that's enough.
Because nobody did it.
No.
And then he pours it out on the table and he snorts it. He's like, it's good. It's good anti-life.
Yeah. Was that all of it was? Oh no. Oh, damn it.
Any more?
But, so, like, Darkseid kind of gets away with it. Like, all he wanted was to absorb some anti-life, and then he does at the end. So it's kind of, like, bittersweet. Also, Forager died, which is sad.
It's a shame he doesn't stay on New Genesis. Like, his body is there. Like, I know you're dead, but you're still in heaven.
The insect kingdom is kind of, like, underground on New Genesis. So they are on New Genesis.
Yeah, but they're like second-class citizens.
Big time.
Yeah.
But Forager's sacrifice does, like, kind of stick in Highfather's craw a little bit. About, like, maybe we're doing this wrong.
Right.
Like, if we are indeed gods, or better than regular people, we should probably act like it.
Okay. No, that's what gods do.
Yeah. But I love Batman's kind of, like, kinship with Forager. I love that Forager was sent to save Earth because, like, Earth is kind of an allegory for the people of, like, of the insect realm or whatever.
They hug?
That's how that's how Etrigan and Blood
so
absorb.
Lame. Etrigan and Jason Blood are like, let's hug. Let's hug it out, man.
I like that panel a lot.
It's
it looks
cute.
really sad.
Hey, at least it's not like the ghost hug where he's like behind him.
No, it is cute because it's like two old men hugging,
Yeah.
and it is very sad, but it's also like
no handshake.
no, like blood pact or something. I don't know.
No.
Like, his name's Jason Blood. You're Damon. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true. They cut each other's hands and they clasp.
Yeah.
Nope.
Then it just come here.
Yeah.
They bang wrist bracers together.
Bring it in.
Clang. Yeah. So Cosmic Odyssey is just a fun story that also, by the way, informs a lot of characters without like really anyone really remembering the story. Like, a lot of things that are important happen in it. A whole planet's destroyed. Jon Stewart's blamed.
Yeah, these guys make a star.
Yeah, the sink of cosmic power is formed. We find out the anti-life equation's a dude.
You say this is a fun story.
I think it's fun.
It's a lot happens, and it's entertaining.
Not a lot happens.
But it's not fun in the fact that, like, I'm having a good time. It's, goddamn, there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, the Thanagarians get wrecked.
This is like a stressful story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, but it is. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's funny because like there's a lot of heavier things that happen, but the heavier things are not as important to the writer as the things that are important to the writer. Like Starlin wants you to focus on like the Forager thing, but what's probably more important or interesting is the fact that all those Thanagarians were slaughtered.
Yeah, and like Jon Stewart almost killed himself.
Yeah.
Like,
or that Martian Manhunter's an asshole. Like, just there's a lot of stuff going on.
Martian Manhunter's got a lot to deal with.
Like, got a lot of demons. None of them which are Etrigan, unfortunately.
No. He's got to talk some things out.
That's true.
And at the end of the day,
Her.
No, I know. That's what she wears.
No, I meant like her like.
Oh, that's her pose.
Yeah.
Well, she's probably like got a itch or something.
Well, it's a lot of hair.
Yeah, it goes all the way down her ass, and it turns into fire.
You understand? I gotta manage this mane somehow.
Yeah, that's not a natural curl. It's a lot of work.
Is it a perm?
Yeah, it's the '80s.
Makes sense.
That is unfortunate.
So
I feel really bad for her hairdresser.
Oh, big time.
Or stylist.
Yeah. What did you call it?
She probably has a stylist.
No doubt.
She definitely has one.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Cosmic Odyssey, I'll put a link in the description box below this video so you can grab a copy, because I think it's cool. I think it's worth it. We have it in two forms. We have the Prestige 4-issue mini, and we also have this great trade, which is, I think, the way to do it because it's cheap. Although I'm sure you can get it in the dollar bin, because, like, nobody puts any importance on the story. And if you want to, like, get someone interested in the New Gods, I say do it this way, because then at least there's Batman in it.
Yeah, and it's funny, because I know you mentioned this when we did Off the Rack, but, like, Snyder references.
He does.
This.
He literally references Jon Stewart's failure on Zanshi.
Yeah, in the most recent Justice League one.
Which is kind of neat.
Yeah. So
and
if you're wondering what that was,
it's in there.
There you go.
And I feel like there's going to be more of that.
You think they're going to do the Star Sync or the power?
The sync of cosmic power?
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Everything but
no,
the
you know
kitchen
what?
sink.
I bet they did. The cosmic sync, C-I-N-Q.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah. That's total. Are you kidding? That is so up Snyder's alley. Making everybody hold hands and love their way out of the problem?
Right.
Isn't that like the way they ended Metal?
Hey, they've got 5 people in the
Justice League.
The causality right now.
The totality. Yeah.
Good and bad mixture.
Yeah.
They have 5 of them.
But is one of them Dr. Fate?
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
He could be in the middle.
They'll make a new one.
Oh my God, you're totally right.
No, I'm not.
You're calling it here.
I'm
Sync
not
of Cosmic
calling
Power.
anything.
It's coming up. But check it out, and we'll see you guys next time with another episode. Thank you all for watching. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
See you next week.